Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to Apple Tech Talks, and you might notice we're in a different room today. This is probably just going to be temporary. I'm just testing out the different sound qualities of different rooms because this room's a lot smaller, so perhaps the sound quality will be better. I'm not sure, but that's what we're here to find out in this video. So let me know down in the comments below whether you think this is better sound quality than the other room, and if so, maybe I'll switch to this room permanently. But either way, today we are going to be talking about, as you probably guessed by the title, the Mac Pro. So first of all, what is the Mac Pro? Well, it's Apple's workstation computer meant for video, photo, or music professionals. So it is often confused with the iMac Pro, which is a similar product in that it's aimed at a similar type of consumer. It's meant more for professional media users, not for the average consumer. So the Mac Pro is not a desktop computer like the iMac Pro. Instead, it is a series workstation that is used alongside a Mac computer. The Mac Pro is meant to support the Mac computer with extra power for certain intensive tasks. The Mac Pro is regarded as Apple's most powerful computer. However, it is not for the average consumer, like I said earlier. So in this video, I will discuss what the Mac Pro is, what's next for it, and whether the upgrade will be worth it or not. So let's start with what is the Mac Pro, because I feel like a lot of people aren't even clear on this. So as I already explained, the Mac Pro is a series workstation that you use alongside your Mac computer. Many tech YouTubers use it. I personally don't because it's just mad expensive, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But many tech YouTubers do use this, and just YouTubers in general. It helps a lot with processing and graphical power when video editing. But also many other video professionals use it as well, such as movie/TV editors, music creators, and even independent filmmakers. And because it's optimized to work with a Mac, editing with Final Cut Pro and Motion is very helpful. The graphics, computing power, storage, memory, and expansion are all killer on the Mac Pro, and they're much more powerful than the other Mac variants, like the MacBook Pro, the iMac Pro, etc. So the current specs of the Mac Pro is an Ivy Bridge E Xeon processor with up to 12 cores, dual AMD FirePro GPU standards, fast PCI Express flash storage. So how do you use Mac Pro? Well, you simply connect an external monitor, keyboard, and mouse to the Mac Pro and begin using it. The entire computer is really powered by the Mac Pro. However, the last major update to the Mac Pro was in 2013. That was almost 5 years ago. And many feel that the performance of the Mac Pro has weakened in recent years. Many have switched to building PCs or using the newer MacBooks from Apple. The Mac Pro, however, is for those who don't want to build a PC and who want professional workstation hardware made from Apple and optimized for Apple products. That's what makes the Mac Pro so popular among professionals. But with the iMac Pro here, you can imagine it's a tough decision for video pros. Should they buy the iMac Pro right now or wait for the Mac Pro? What even is the difference? So what's next for the Mac Pro? So obviously the much newer and more refined iMac Pro, which came back in December, is a much more obvious option than the nearly 5-year-old Mac Pro. But Apple has confirmed a major update to the Mac Pro coming in either 2018 or early 2019. I personally feel like Apple is going to release the next generation of the Mac Pro in late 2018 with a sneak preview in September/October and an initial release in December like they did back in 2013. But that's just my personal opinion. And the main reasons why I feel like the Mac Pro update will be more compelling than the iMac Pro are because of the price and the modularity. Yes, that's right. The Mac Pro 2018/2019 should be modular. In April 2017, Craig Federighi and Phil Schiller, two prominent Apple executives, explained Apple's future product plans at a conference. And according to Federighi and Schiller, the next generation of Mac Pro will be modular, meaning that the hardware of the Mac Pro can be manually upgraded by the user. It will reportedly ship alongside a new Pro display made by Apple, sort of like the old discontinued Thunderbolt display. But the rumors about the new Pro display is for a different video. Federighi and Schiller claimed Apple was rethinking the Mac Pro product, which will apparently take over a year to finish, so expect the product again in late 2018/early 2019. Federighi and Schiller also hinted at the new Mac Pro's ability to support VR and movie productions. That will be pretty awesome. The modularity aspect of the Mac Pro will essentially render it constantly upgradable, so it technically cannot become obsolete like the current Mac Pro or iMac Pro. And I quote, "I think we designed ourselves into a bit of a thermal corner, if you will. We designed a system that we thought with the kind of GPUs that at the time we thought we needed, and that we thought we could well serve with a 2 GPU architecture. That was the thermal limit we needed, or the thermal capacity we needed. But workloads didn't materialize to fit that as broadly as we hoped. Being able to put larger single CPUs required a different system architecture and more thermal capacity than that system was designed to accommodate. And so it became fairly difficult to adjust. Apple doesn't usually hint at new products this early, so clearly Apple is still trying to reassure professionals that they are still focused on making products for those who demand a lot of power. The iMac Pro is a perfect example of that. More recently, the price has dropped for the current Mac Pro. I don't think it was a huge price drop, but it was definitely at least several $100s. So Apple is just trying to make do with what they have to offer the video professionals at this time until they can finally release this Mac Pro, hopefully in December of 2018. And here are the rumored specs for the Mac Pro 2018. Although it will be modular, so technically you can upgrade the parts. It should allegedly ship with a next-gen Intel Xeon Pearly chip that will ship in up to 28 cores, which is just insanity. For reference, the current iMac Pro, which is already regarded as really powerful, ships at a max of 18 cores. An extra 10 cores would allow for so much more capabilities in handling the raw intensive tasks, like supporting multiple streams of 4K, 5K, 8K, or maybe even 10K footage, which would be an editor's dream. And then the I/O. So the Mac Pro 2018 should ship with Thunderbolt 3 ports, 10 gigabit Ethernet, and maybe USB-A, but possibly unlikely. It depends how much it's going to be used for the remainder of this year. The Mac Pro 2018's graphics are not known currently. We can only speculate, but it's likely Apple will move away from AMD graphics completely because it has lost ground in recent years. Apple has always used AMD chips in the Pro computers, like with the new iMac Pro, which has the new AMD Vega graphics chip. So obviously we still don't know that much about the upcoming Mac Pro, and it makes sense because it's still a long time from coming, and Apple is very good at covering up these little leaks, so it's very hard to know exactly what Apple has in store for us for video professionals. I almost certainly won't be getting the Mac Pro 2018 or 2019 because I simply don't have the money to purchase such a machine at this time in my life. I'm a student, so I don't have a massive budget for this kind of thing. So it makes a lot of sense for me not to buy it. I can just make do with my MacBook Pro 2016. But for other video professionals out there, if you're a tech YouTuber who has an old MacBook Pro or is relying on like a PC or another workstation of some kind, and you don't feel that it's optimized for Final Cut Pro and Motion, the Mac Pro is definitely a great option for that. So now, is it worth it? Well, it depends really, again, what you're looking for. Right now, the iMac Pro is a great machine and it will do everything you want it to, but you really want to ask yourself, does the iMac Pro offer me what I want right now, in which case you should get it? Or does the Mac Pro have something that you really want that the iMac Pro doesn't have and you're willing to wait 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9 months to get? Of course, the most compelling feature of the new upcoming Mac Pro is the modularity feature. If you don't really care too much about that and you're fine with your machine just becoming obsolete like every other damn machine out there, then go ahead and just buy the iMac Pro. I'd say I wouldn't hedge against the Mac Pro being less expensive than the iMac Pro. If anything, it's going to be more expensive, as currently the Mac Pro retails for about $3,000, I believe. It might be a little bit less or something because of price cuts. Whereas the iMac Pro, although it does start, I believe, at $2,000, can go up to $17,000. Whereas the other iMacs are like $2,000, some even go for $1,000 something. And although the iMac Pro can go up to $17,000, you can bet that the Mac Pro will go up to that price or even more once you configure certain parts of it. So overall, thank you for watching. That is my video. If you want me to give you a straight yes, no answer, I say yes, wait for the Mac Pro if you're a video professional, because the modularity to me, although I'm not going to be buying this machine, it's really something that I think is very important for video professionals, because you really want longevity in a product like this. You don't want to continuously have to upgrade and buy new products and get the latest hardware in order to continue doing your work. You want to just have something that you just manually upgrade here and there, and it's able to just transform and evolve as you go along and keep up with the kind of raw power that you expect when editing your videos. So overall, I'd say yes, do wait for the Mac Pro, and who's really not excited for this at all? So anyway, thank you so much for watching once again, and if you want to subscribe, you can click here. If you want to subscribe to my main channel, News Now, you can click over here. And then if you want to watch some of my videos and things like that, you can click over here. I think you really like them. Thanks so much for watching once again, and I will talk to you guys next week in the next video.